Ever since the founders developed this new form of government, this constitutional republic, there have been times of stability and times of turmoil, and those have been reflected in our politics. This form of government was designed to have both the stability of a constitution with clearly delineated authority and the flexibility to allow for changes large and small through elections at the national, state, and local levels. We have always, paradoxically, had the liberty to expand or reduce our own liberty at the ballot box. And we've had many a transformational election. Just in the last century, there was 1932, FDR elected for the first of 4 times in the midst of a depression. 1960, John F. Kennedy. 1980, Ronald Reagan. 2008, Barack Obama. And we've had transformative midterm elections as well. But what we've witnessed in the last decade is virtually unprecedented in American history. In 2004, George W. Bush was elected to a second term. In 2006, the voters repudiated Bush and gave the Democrats major gains in the House and Senate. And then in 2008, elected Barack Obama and a fully Democrat-controlled Congress. In 2010, they repudiated Obama and gave the GOP historic gains, 63 seats in the House and 7 in the Senate. In 2012, they changed their minds again, sending Obama back for a second term. And now, in 2014, they changed their minds yet again, with Republicans gaining 8 or 9 seats in the Senate and a 68-seat majority in the House. So it seems the American people are either manic depressive, prone to constant and dramatic mood swings, or seem to want divided government, or they don't like either party enough to give them full power for any extended period of time, which would be consistent with the demonstrable lack of popularity of both major parties. The 1/3 of eligible voters who showed up at the ballot box this year sent a clear message. But what about the 2/3 who didn't vote? Are we to conclude that they're satisfied with how things are going? Or do they believe their vote won't make any difference? Or that neither party is worthy of their vote? A lot of Democrats didn't vote this year, just as many Republicans didn't show up in 2012. Who will show up and what message will they deliver in the presidential election of 2016? You'd be crazy to predict that now. With the advent of the internet and social media, major swings in public opinion are happening more quickly than ever. But those same factors have made it much harder for politicians to hide what they do and what they are, and easier for voters to kick them out of office. This wave of elections we've witnessed in the last decade is only possible because our Constitution laid very careful groundwork for peaceful transitions of power. This leads one to realize that perhaps the greatest single political act following the Constitution, and the most overlooked, was our first president, George Washington, willingly handing the reins of power over to our second president, John Adams. This voluntary relinquishing of power had never happened before, and it cleared the way for countless peaceful transitions of power down through the years. In the end, all the other protections afforded by the Constitution would mean nothing if not for its guarantee of free elections, allowing voters, and as we've seen so many times in recent years, waves of voters, to change the direction of the nation.